Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my Twin Flame channel. Welcome to a Twin Flame no contact reading. Today I'm going to ask my spirit guides what is going on with a person on your mind. Okay, no contact situation. What are they thinking and feeling? Where is this connection headed? What spirit guides the spirit guides have for you? Okay, so I do have some charms and some initials, so we're going to be using those as well. Maybe we'll get some evidence. Maybe we'll just sit back and listen and see what your guides want you to know during this very, it's always difficult during a no contact period. So let's get started. Let's call in our angels and our spirit guides. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided here for the first time. Spirit, please share with me loving messages, person on my mind, thoughts and feelings. What is it that they want us to know at this time? What is happening around this connection? I am listening for you now. I have it's a soulmate connection. So they're sharing with me that you do feel like we're two hearts connected, that like two became one, and it's impossible for us to be split apart. We are so divided is how it's coming into me, that the distance is killing me. Okay. There's the physical distance, but yes, the emotional, okay, distance is killing me. It's a feeling of, I can feel the space. I can feel how far away you are. I can feel I can feel you pulling towards me. Okay, I can feel the pull. There's a sense of a pull, almost like a magnetic pull, that I can tell like how far away you are from me emotionally. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely a soulmate twin flame connection. That's definitely a feeling. I often wonder what it would be like to kiss you. I feel like I just want to say again. Okay, I want to kiss you again, you know. What would it feel like? I have a shy guy energy. That came into me more as I'm just having a hard time revealing my feelings, and I'm struggling with, I don't even know what to say, something like that. It's not that they're shy, they just don't know what to say. Hopeless romantic. That came into me as like, I'm sorry, I can't give you that. I'm sorry that I wasn't enough. Maybe they felt like they were giving you everything that they could, but for some reason, somebody in this connection felt like they weren't giving enough. I feel like the hopeless romantic thing is a dig. It's almost like, you know, it can't always be, you know, whining and dining and, you know, kissing your feet, so to speak. It was almost a resentment, you know, like they're not doing enough. So I'm curious as to if that's something somebody said. Secret obsessions, you know, just have you been keeping things from me? But the obsession is more of a, I'm obsessing over things you said. I'm obsessing over the last time we saw each other, the last time, you know, every little message. I'm definitely over analyzing it. I'm overthinking it. I'm reading too much into it. So that could be on your side or that could be on there, or both. Both sides could be doing the same thing. I have this flirty energy. A little bit of, I just miss the way we were. You know, I miss the beginning. Open arms is coming in. So I'm going to say, do you remember when? So there's a lot of, usually that's the stage that keeps us together. Okay. Like we go back in time and we think about falling in love and how amazing it was and how romantic it was. And that's usually what kind of brings us back, because we don't want to walk away from that. We don't want to walk away from what we had or the investment that we had into somebody. So there's a part of me that there's a lot of reminiscing. There's a lot of I'm just going to say reminiscing. Okay, like that's the best way to say it. I'm just kind of reliving a lot of things that we have gone through, including this period of time. You know, like I'm just kind of going through it in my mind over and over again. I have deception. Okay, that's a definitely. I have a Lover's card. So was there deception? I have a Seven of Wands. And I have a Princess of Pentacles. I want to feel more secure in this connection. The flirt and the deception could be somebody cheated. Somebody crossed the line. There's definitely a feeling of, can I trust you again? And you know, that's a big deal. That's something that only you can decide. Okay. Maybe they did nothing, but the intention was there, or the attitude, or the I can be with anybody, I can talk to anybody. You can't tell me what to do energy. I have a Magician. Right now I'm feeling that I have a soulmate energy that was working. And, you know, did somebody tip their foot in is the grass greener on the other side, or they were tempted by somebody, or they just were flirting with somebody and it was harmless to them, but it was hurtful to you. You know, there's no excuses is how I feel. Like, I feel like when the way I just said it was harmless to them, but hurtful to you. Sometimes people don't realize. I know that sounds naive, but it's a feeling of you didn't realize what that would do to me or how I would feel. And that's what I'm upset about. I'm not upset that you were flirting with somebody. I'm upset that you didn't take into consideration how it would hurt me. And I think that, you know, that's the part I'm upset about. I'm upset that you didn't take my feelings into consideration somehow. So I think that that's what we have to work through. I need to feel more connected, and I need to feel more secure in this connection. I have a Prince of Wands. This could be somebody that you want more than anything. I don't want to give up on this person. I'm really madly crazy in love with this person. I don't want to walk away from them. But at the same time, this is the Ten of Wands. At the same time, I don't want to, I'm not going to deal with this, is how it just came in. Like, I'm not going to deal with these games. I'm not going to deal with your, it doesn't matter, it's no big deal energy. When it does matter, my feelings matter. So I feel like something's going on around that. Your feelings do matter. Acknowledging your feelings. An Eight of Pentacles. Okay. That did come into me as rebuilding. I will tell you that. I have a Chariot. So I don't feel hopeless right now. I feel like this person has to learn about your sensitivity. Okay. That some things being said aren't always forgivable. Okay. Some things are wrong. And some things and some actions are wrong. And it's not just waving, you know, your magic wand and saying it's no big deal. It is a big deal. Okay. So if there's somebody that's crossed the line and then it's this kind of no big deal, energy, you know, maybe you put your foot down and said, you know what, when you realize that you've hurt me, then we'll talk. You know, when you realize that something like this is unacceptable or disrespectful, then we'll talk. Okay, so something is going on with that, is how I feel. Let's get some initials. Maybe we will connect to our person with some evidence. So let's just grab a handful. So first initials, last initials. Sometimes you get lucky and you can spell a name or close to it. So let's do this. I have the letter Y, I have a J, I have an H, I have an R, I have a letter C today. I have a V, an X, I have another C, the letter P, I have an F, I have a G, and I have a U. Okay, so some of you that could be definitely connecting to you. Don't worry if you didn't see your person's initials. And let's get some charms since I'm kind of on this blown up, zoomed in view. Let's get our charms. So just going to go back here and see if I can grab the scoop. Okay. This little container is overflowing. Okay, that's good. All right, I have a V, I have a J, another J, JJ, JR, I don't know, JJ. I feel like it's one of those names. I have an F, I have an N, the letter B. I have a black swan. So do they see themselves as everybody sees me as different? I don't know. You know, sometimes there's people who it feels like victim mentality that, you know, like everybody's out to get me. You know, you're like no one. You're like everybody else. So, but I don't think that they're a black swan, but maybe they play that card, you know, because they get away with it somehow. You know, I'm different. I'm unique, a snowflake. So they try to set themselves apart somehow. Could be their ego. It's important to them that they don't follow the norm, or they don't have to be like everybody else. Maybe it goes to things like, I don't want to put a label on our relationship, or I told you right from the beginning I wasn't going to commit to, you know, marriage down the road, or, you know, like maybe they don't want to do what everybody else does just because you're supposed to. They are going to do what they want to do, and you either are in agreement with that or you're not. So that could be at the crux of this. That could be something that's dividing you. I have a Capricorn energy. I have a Cancer energy. The number 22, 22nd of the month. Maybe you haven't spoken to this person in 7 or 8 days. Somebody, you know, it's been a while. I'm like waiting for them to call. This is the longest time we've gone without talking, something like that. I do have a crescent moon, so that feels like the universe is still working for you both. I feel you're healing, they're healing. You're both overthinking for sure. You're just ready to, you know, figure out things. I have the letter G. I do have a sailboat. So there's a part of me that feels like, should I just let this person go? Should I fight to keep them? You know, it's like the not knowing. Part of me feels like you just need more time to think about what your feelings are, and is this something that can be healed? Okay. I feel like it comes down to the end of the day, respect. I feel like there was something that was said and done that was just disrespectful. And what you're upset about is that you didn't see how it would hurt me. Okay, you were selfish, or you were only thinking about yourself. You didn't really think about how it was going to hurt me. And that's what I'm more upset about than anything. So that's happening. I have a kitten. Oh, maybe we have a cat together. Okay, so that's important. I have a ballerina. Okay, I feel like I'm tiptoeing though. I'm tiptoeing. I feel like I can't, I'm walking on eggshells. I'm afraid to say anything because it would make it worse. I don't want to be tiptoeing around you. I should be able to say what I mean without it, you know, blowing up in my face somehow. Okay, what is this little guy? This looks like a lion. Okay, so maybe I have a Leo energy as well. Yeah, it's kind of a ferocious lion. It's kind of like this roaring. I don't like how you talk to me. I don't like the tone of your voice. I didn't like that you raised your voice. You're not going to talk to me that way, So it could be just how they said something was enough for you to say, no, you're not talking to me that way. I don't care what you have to say, but sometimes it's the tone of the voice, or the action, almost like a threat, or they're yelling at you and you're like, I'm not going to be yelled at, so it could have been something like that. But those are our charms. So we'll just see up close. Okay. Spirit, can I have some loving messages? I feel like I'm struggling with, I want this person to see the light, that their actions have meaning, and I don't have to accept it. So you're at least standing up for yourself, and I think that that's important to acknowledge. Spirit, please share with me. The karmic is blocking our connection. Did somebody interfere in this connection? That's disrespectful. For some of you, that could be exactly what happened. We need to get into alignment. We're not in alignment. When I said earlier, I physically can feel the distance. I can feel you pulling away. I can feel when you get closer and think about me. They are saying the nights are the hardest. I would say that. Maybe that's when we talked. Maybe that's when... are the hardest without you. Like I can get through my day, but I lose it at night. That could be you, that could be them. I'm lonely, I'm sad. So the nights are the hardest. Find the solution to this problem. What is the solution? The solution is going to be that we have to talk. The solution is that somebody says, I'm going to try harder. I didn't realize my actions, hurt you that much. And I'm not going to say things like it's no big deal, or it's harmless to them, but it's hurtful to you energy. So, they're going to have this wake up call to my words and my actions have meaning. I'm going through a tough time. There's no excuses. They shared that with me already. If they're having a tough time in another area of their life, they're out of work, they're struggling, they've got an ex-wife or a baby mama, daddy that gives them a hard time. Those are excuses. That's, somebody saying my life sucks and I'm struggling and therefore it's your fault. Therefore I'm taking it out on you. And you're like, no, you're not. Okay. Like that's your problem. And I sit here and I listen and I'm supportive, but it's not fair for you to take out that hurt and anger and anxiety on me. So that could be going on. And that's really hard. I have abandonment issues. You pushed me away. When you're angry with me, you're pushing me away. You're making me feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Those are all lead me to abandonment feelings. You are my soulmate. If you're my soulmate, then you're going to treat me right. If you're my soulmate, you're going to come back into this union and we're going to respect each other. Okay, so that's what has to happen. This connection is damaged. If there's something that interfered in this connection, that could be something that you are asking yourself, can I ever get back what we had? And only you can answer that. A lot of people can heal. A lot of people can move on. Some people can't get over something. Like, I'll never get over. I'll never trust you again. As much as I love you, I don't think we'll ever have what we had. So only you can decide whether the damage that's been done is something that you can live with and work with. But, people can heal. This divine love thing is new to me and I'm scared. Did I push you away because I was scared? Possibly. Did I start to run because I panicked? Because I've never gotten this close to somebody, or I'm starting to realize like I'm depending on you emotionally. I'm building my life around you and I'm losing my independence. You know, crazier things have happened. You think, if everything's going good, why do you sabotage it? Why do you push it away? Why do you run? People do it all the time, and subconsciously they don't even know what they're doing. They're just so used to being alone and in their kind of little comfort zone and bubble, and they don't want to have to rely on anybody. It's hard for me to tell you how I feel. I feel like they're struggling right now with that. I'm just don't even know what to say. I feel like it's more of a, if I admit that I was wrong, you know, like I played it as it's no big deal. So now if I come back to you and say, I guess it was a big deal, then, you know, I'm admitting that I should have known better, but I didn't. Things are complicated. They're making it complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. I feel like this person is creating the complications. It does not have to be complicated. It's pretty easy. We either in it or we're out. I'm not worthy of your love. Like, you're too good to me. You know, like I know I treated you like crap and you're being good to me. I'm trying to let go, but I can't. It's not time to let go, Spirit's saying. It's time to kind of buckle in and go for the ride in this no contact. The waiting is the hard part. Okay, so that's what they want you to know. You're in the heart of it. Okay, but you know, are we going to find each other again, Spirit? You know, is it something that we can heal? I hate myself for losing you. But can they admit that they were wrong? Can we, you know, can we get to some kind of middle ground that we say what we have to say without hurting each other even more? Your heartbeat makes me wild, so I do still feel that. I do still feel like I only want to be with you. There is, they said, secret obsessions, reminiscing, you know, reminiscing about you, and then the sense of the nights are the hardest without you. So it's not like they've just pushed you out of their life and, you know, life goes on merrily ever after. No, they're struggling too. Okay, we're both struggling. We're not supposed to be in separation. We're supposed to be together. We're soulmates. I wish I had the courage to face you. So they've got to get up the courage. They've got to get to a point where they miss you so much that they have to talk to you. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, who did what, who said what. You know, none of that will matter. It's going to be, I just have to see you again. It's always been you from the start. You know, they made a mistake is how I feel. I want to believe this is real. You know, I want to believe that even what we're feeling now is proving to the two of you that this love is real and that this love has not gone away. It's just a separation. That's what no contact is. No contact allows us to feel the pain. Sometimes it's a test. I know that sounds like it's crazy, but it's a test to see how much pain am I in, to prove how much I'm in love with you. But sometimes people have to do that. They've got to see, if I'm not with you, do I miss you? Do I actually miss you? And if they do, and they're hurting and they're struggling, it kind of confirms to them that their feelings are real. But that's the only way they can feel their feelings, or just, you know, just confirm their feelings. So let's put this out into the universe for today. We've got lots of feelings. We've got lots of reminiscing. We've got, we can still feel the pull, they had said. And we've got somebody who's got to get over that it's not okay to not recognize that their actions and their words somehow hurt you, because it was a big deal. Okay, so if somebody said it's no big deal, what's your problem? And they don't acknowledge your feelings, then that's the problem. Okay, so the no big deal isn't cutting it. That I feel like is a disrespect. You know, this disrespect has got to change. Is really what's going on. So let's put this out there and ask Spirit for guidance and enlightenment, and let the light bulb go off and the epiphany, and let this person, you know, kind of find their way back to you. So for now, I'm going to say hold in tight, be patient. This is the hard part. The waiting is hard. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you for being here. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you are not familiar with me, check out my main channel, Kathy Mamelin Psychic Medium, and I'll put the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I know these are hard days, but I do hope that, you know, the messages from Spirit help you today, and at least give you something to think about and some hope. Okay, so we're going to ask Spirit to continue to give you strength. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.